Now we will continue making the ears, the tail, and the final details of our amigurumi piggy. For the ears, we will make a magic ring. And inside that magic ring, we're going to make 3 single crochets. I have 1 here, 2, and 3. Now just pull the short tail and close that magic ring. This is what we have so far, and now we will make 1 chain by pulling through like this 1 time. Now we will work by turning our work like this. I will repeat. You have it like this and you're gonna turn it to the left and hold it in that position. Now this is what we have so far. This is the chain that we created. And these right here are the single crochets that we made into that magic ring. So to continue, we're going to skip that first chain. So do not make a single crochet there. You're gonna continue to this one. Here in this first single crochet is where you're going to continue the round. So remember, skip this one. Do not make a single crochet there. Just go to the next one. And that's going to be your first single crochet. So insert the hook, grab some yarn and close the 2 loops together. That's your first single crochet. Now go on to the next stitch, insert your hook again and make another single crochet. And then go on to the next stitch and make another single crochet. Insert your hook. It's gonna be a little tricky, that last stitch, but you can do it. So that's the 3rd single crochet. And we finished the round 2 with 3 single crochets. Now you're going to pull through again and make 1 chain. And again, you're gonna turn your work to the left and hold it in that position. Again, skip the first chain. So we're repeating, skip the first chain and work in the next single crochet. So this one. Here we're gonna make 1 single crochet. There you go. In the next stitch, we're going to make 3 single crochets in the same stitch. So 1, then I'll insert my hook into the same stitch there. I'll insert it again and I make another one. And then I have to insert it again into the same stitch and make the last one. So 3 single crochets into that same stitch, and then we go to the next one, the last stitch, and we're gonna make 1 single crochet. And at the end of this round 3, you should have 5 single crochets in total. Now you're gonna chain 1, and again you're gonna turn your work to the left to start with round number 4. So remember that first chain, this one, you're going to skip it. So skip the first chain and continue to the next stitch. And we're going to make 4 single crochets. So we have 1, go to the next one and make 2, go to the next one, and 3, go to the next one, and 4. In the last stitch, we're going to insert our hook and we're going to make 3 single crochets in the same stitch. So we have 1, again I'll insert my hook and make 2, and then again I insert my hook and make 3. And now we're going to continue making single crochet all around these edges and to make it look better. So we will insert it here and make 1 single crochet. Then we will go to the next one, next space available. Here we have the second. And now we got to the first stitch, which is the beginning of the magic ring. So we're gonna make 3 single crochets there into that same stitch. We have 1, then again into the same, 2, and one more time, 3. And that's gonna help us get to the other side of the ear. So now we're gonna continue making single crochets in this edge. Here we have one, go to the next one. Don't forget to hide the tail of yarn as you crochet. This is the second one, and we got to the base of the ear. Now we're gonna go into that first stitch, and we're going to finish off by making a slip stitch. Just pull through and pull through again. And now you can cut the yarn off by leaving a long tail for sewing, and just remove your hook. Now repeat the same process for the second ear, and this short tail of yarn that you have right here, it can be cut off because it's already hidden in the work. Okay, to embroider the snout, take your yarn needle with a contrasting color and go in from the back to the front. Then go up a couple of stitches and return and go from front to back. Then move to the right some stitches and repeat the same, back to front. Now go up a couple of stitches and again front to back. And you're gonna tie 2 knots here. Here, the first knot, do not pull too tight. Then go ahead and do the second one, and that one you're gonna tie it off very, very tight. Then cut off the excess, and now we are ready to start sewing the snout. Place the snout in position, and with your yarn needle, we're going to start sewing 1 stitch from the body and 1 stitch from the snout. But look at here, we are inserting the needle, just taking just 1 strand of that body of the stitch, sorry. Yes, so just 1 strand. Then you go to the snout and just take the front loop. So look at here, this is the whole stitch, just take the front loop, okay? There you go, and pull through. So remember, it's 1 stitch from the body, 1 stitch from the snout, but only take 1 strand of each. So here we go again, I'll insert it. Here we have 1 strand of this one, pull through, then go to the snout and take only the front loop. And just repeat the process all around. Remember, 1 from the body, 1 from the snout, 1 from the body, 1 from the snout, all the way around until you finish with all the stitches from the snout. Remember to stop from time to time to check that everything is in place and that it is not moving. And here I'm finishing the last part. So that's the last stitch. As you can see, everything is very nice, looks nice. So now I'm going to insert my needle here, I'm gonna pull through, and before I close it, I'm gonna go back again and make a little knot here. Just pull through very tight. And now I'm gonna hide that knot by going in here in the middle. Whoops. Okay, there you go. And I'm going to pull tight. And that's all. Just cut off the excess. And we are ready to start with the legs. To start sewing the legs, we're gonna position them and we're gonna repeat the same process of taking 1 stitch from the leg, 1 stitch from the body, 1 from the leg, 1 from the body. But in this case, again, we're gonna take only the front loop, like this. So go in with your needle and pull tight, and then find a stitch on the body and take only one strand or one loop if you prefer, like this, and go in again, pull through and pull tight. That's the first one. Now go in again, taking only the front loop. This is the second stitch, and pull tight. Then you're gonna find another stitch in the body and take only one strand or one loop. Just continue and keep going. Remember, the leg has 7 stitches in total. And at the end, we're gonna finish off with a knot, similarly to what we did with the snout at the end. So I'm tying the knot here and just hide that knot like this by going in again, pull through and pull tight until it disappears. There you go. Repeat the process for the second leg. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, especially if you are a beginner, so it takes practice. And now we're gonna start sewing the ears, but first we're gonna use some pins to position them correctly. Okay, I think that looks good. Once you're happy with the position of the ears, you're gonna start sewing. And in this case, we're gonna take the whole stitch like this from the ear. So we're gonna start with 1 stitch from the body and 1 stitch from the ear. We start from left to right, taking 1 from the body. Now we're gonna go back from right to left, taking 1 stitch from the ear. So look at that, it's okay. So we insert the needle and we pull through. Remember to pull tight every time. So now we go back again, remember, from side to side, taking 1 stitch from the body, 1 stitch from the ear each time. Here I'm on the last stitch and I'm going to finish off by tying a knot as we did with the other parts. I pull tight and then I hide the knot inside the body like this. Pull tight until it disappears and cut the excess. Now repeat the same process for the second ear, and now we are ready to start making the tail. So start with a slip knot and chain 14. Now you're gonna skip this chain and you're gonna work on the second chain from the hook. So skip the first and work on the second. Could be a little difficult first, but you can do it with a lot of patience. So insert the hook. Now take some yarn and pull through again, making a slip stitch. So go on to the second or to the next chain, sorry, pull through and pull through again, making another slip stitch. Go on to the next stitch and continue with the same process, making 13 stitches in total, 13 slip stitches in total. This is the last slip stitch. Now I just cut the yarn, leaving a long tail for sewing, and I remove my hook. Now we're gonna position the tail and we're gonna attach it to the body. So take 1 stitch from the body and the only stitch from the tail, like this, and then repeat this process a couple of times to secure the tail to the body. Don't forget to finish it off with by making a knot like this and hiding the yarn inside the body as we did with the other parts. And then just cut the excess, and this yarn, this tail of yarn that you have left, you can hide it by using your yarn needle. Now just twist the tail a couple of times And you will see that it has a cute shape now. If you want to embroider some cheeks to your piggy, you're gonna insert your needle underneath the arm and you're gonna come out below the eye here. Then you're going to, wait a minute, yeah. Then you're going to move to the left 1 stitch and you're gonna insert the needle again and come out where you started here. There you go. Now you're gonna repeat the process, 1 stitch to the left, but you're gonna come out here below the other eye. There. And just pull lightly. Use the needle to adjust the cheek as you embroider. Now go to the other side and repeat up the process, leaving a space of 1 stitch, in this case to the left. And then pull gently. Then insert the needle again, 1 stitch to the left. But you're going to come out underneath this arm. In the same stitch that where you started to embroider. Now pull gently. And now you're gonna secure it by making 2 knots. So the first knot shouldn't be pulled too tightly. And now when doing the second knot, you have to pull tight to secure it. Then you just cut off the excess like this, and with the help of your yarn needle, you're gonna hide the knot like this. And now our amigurumi piggy is finally ready. I hope you like these amigurumi piggies as much as I do, and if you have learned something new, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and maybe share this video with somebody who might be interested in learning a new skill. See you in another video. Bye!
Hey, wait! We still need the pattern!
This overview is for people who have more experience reading patterns and also crocheting. So for the legs, I started by making a magic ring of 7 single crochets, and then I continued working from round 2 to round 6 with 7 single crochets. Remember to change colors accordingly and finish off with 1 slip stitch. For the arms, you follow the same pattern, but to finish off, you're gonna hold it like this, and you're gonna make 3 single crochets while connecting the stitches. For the ears, I began by making a magic ring of 3 single crochets, and then I chained 1 and turned the work. Here I will leave you the full written pattern so you can follow along easily. Remember not to cut off the yarn at the end of round 4. You're gonna continue working with single crochets around the edges, and at the end you finish off with a slip stitch. To make the snout, you're going to start by working a chain of 4 stitches and then working on both sides of the chain. Just follow the pattern along, and when you get to round number 4, you will just crochet 9 stitches, taking the back loop only, and you will leave this round incomplete. Just crochet the 9 BLO stitches. To make the body, we start with a magic ring of 6 single crochets, and then we make increases progressively until we get to round 6 with 36 single crochets. From round 7 to round 15, we have 36 single crochets. For round 16, you're gonna follow the pattern, and where it says joining the arms, you're gonna connect those 3 single crochets with the 3 single crochets that you left on the arm when you closed it, when you finished it off. Then continue following the pattern up to row 31 with 6 single crochets, then finish the body off. The eyes are going to be placed between rounds 11 and 12 with 7 stitches apart. Now you just have to make the tail by chaining 14, and then from the second chain from the hook, you're gonna return by making 13 slip stitches. Then attach it to the body and twist it a couple of times, and that's it. See you in another video, and I hope you have learned a lot and enjoyed this video. Bye!